A US appeals court just ruled unanimously that if AI generates a piece of art without any human help, nobody's getting copyright. You don't get copyright, you don't get copyright, nobody's getting copyright. Now, this all started when Stefan Thaler tried to copyright an image generated entirely by his AI, gloriously named Creative Machine. Spoiler alert, it wasn't very convincing. Now, he argued that the AI itself deserved credit because, of course he did. But the AI and the court couldn't come to an agreement. They said, no, we're not having it. Apparently for copyright purposes, you got to be at least a little bit human. And before you start screaming, but what about the problem? What about it? What about it? Well, people online have already done that for you. Turns out simply typing in make something cool doesn't quite cut it as artistic expression. Shocking, I know. Reactions are mostly along the lines of, yeah, obviously, but it's caused a minor crisis for those who rely heavily on AI. Though in theory, you could just change one pixel and bam, you're an author again. Welcome to the club. Loopholes for the win. The ruling even referenced that monkey selfie incident, yeah, if you remember that. Yeah, apparently in this case, AI and monkeys have similar copyright eligibility. Harsh, but fair. So Thaler's probably going to take this all the way to the Supreme Court because why accept defeat gracefully when you can lose in the highest possible level? Stay tuned for that. And Nvidia's at it again at their big old GTC 2025 event in sunny San Jose. CEO Jensen took to the stage and let's just say, talked a bit about AI. Nvidia's got a shiny new AI chip architecture called Rubin because apparently Blackwell, announced like 5 minutes ago, is already yesterday's news. Rubin will be hitting shelves in late 2026 with an even fancier Rubin Ultra following in 2027. Just what we need, another ultra expensive chip we can't afford for a GPU we'll never be able to find. Thanks Nvidia. They also teamed up with Google Mind and, wait for it, Disney Research to develop and release Newton, an open source physics engine designed to help robots move better. Because honestly, one thing keeping robots from taking over the humanity was the inability to dance convincingly at Disneyland parades. Speaking of robots, Nvidia also unveiled their Groot N1 model, an open source platform for building humanoid robots. Groot N1 comes packed with fancy dual system architecture for perception and planning, meaning robots will soon be able to outsmart you at chores around the house. Terrific news for everyone except your Roomba. Unfortunately, he's on the way out. And then there's a partnership with General Motors. Nvidia's AI tech will be used in GM's next-gen cars and factories using platforms like Omniverse and Cosmo for manufacturing efficiency and Nvidia's Drive AGX for smarter driver assistance systems. And I'm sure what I just said made sense to everyone here. GM CEO Mary Barra said this tech empowers our workforce, which totally doesn't mean fewer jobs. Absolutely not. With Nvidia's new shiny chip, dancing Disney robots, and factories that practically run themselves, I, for one, can't wait to see what goes hilariously wrong first. And apparently robots are coming for our nurses. Hospitals across the US are rolling out systems like Hippocratic AI because nothing says trustworthy bedside manner like being named after a guy who's been dead for 2,400 years. Now, these digital nurses handle routine tasks like patient monitoring and prepping people for procedures, all under the promise of efficiency and cost effectiveness because, nothing's better for patient care than replacing empathy with efficiency. Shockingly, human nurses aren't thrilled. Who could have seen that coming? The National Nurses United, the country's largest nursing union, is pushing back hard, saying these robot nurses aren't just threatening jobs, they're threatening patient safety and entire nursing profession. Now, they've already staged more than 20 demonstrations nationwide because apparently, they're like some say, before hospitals hand out patient care over to algorithms programmed by Silicon Valley bros who've probably never changed a bedpan in their lives. Now, let's be fair, AI isn't all that bad. As some people online like Reddit users pointed out, these bots handle admin tasks pretty well, but others have already experienced false alarms and straight up terrible recommendations from AI assistants. And let's face it, when Alexa misunderstands you, it's annoying, but when your medical AI screws up, it's a little more life-threatening. So hospitals might want to slow down before they replace Florence Nightingale with HAL 9000 because, hey, nurse leaving in droves was bad enough without AI adding to the list of reasons why. The AI community just dropped a reality check bombshell. 76% of AI researchers are officially rolling their eyes at the idea that just cranking out AI models to insanely huge sizes is somehow going to magically give us artificial general intelligence. Shocking. Apparently, endlessly throwing cash at giant data centers and GPUs may not be the silver bullet after all. This all comes after the AAAI surveyed 475 AI researchers, people who actually know a thing or two about AI, showing most aren't buying the whole bigger is better spiel that tech companies just keep feeding us. I mean, sure, scaling models made sense when we were jumping from GPT-2 all the way to GPT-4 and gave us mind-blowing leaps, but lately, it's been really expensive for these baby steps. Seriously, if this trend keeps up, we'll be dropping billions just to have AI remember what we said 5 minutes ago. Even big AI shots like Stuart Russell at UC Berkeley are calling out the hype, basically saying the industry plan of make it huge now and ask questions later has officially hit a wall. Meanwhile, companies are still burning through trillions and trillions of dollars on acquiring more and more hardware. But hey, maybe those chips will figure out consciousness all by themselves. People that aren't AI researchers are also a little skeptical, questioning whether the CEOs are just hyping up AGI timelines to keep investors throwing money at them. And also, who can blame them? AGI by 2100 now? Anyone? So there you have it. Infinite scaling may just be infinitely overrated, but I'm sure tech giants will get right on rethinking their strategy after cashing their trillions of dollar checks. And in more great news, Europol just realized that AI isn't good for writing bad poetry and failing mathematics. Nope. Turns out organized crime loves it too. I mean, who could have seen that coming? Europol warns that criminals are now turbocharging their shady business with artificial general intelligence. Yep, AI is helping the bad guys commit cyber attacks that are so advanced they're probably giving cybersecurity firms midlife crises. Oh, and synthetic media, deepfakes, voice cloning anyone? Criminals have decided it's the next big thing in fraud and extortion. Because stealing your identity the old-fashioned way isn't cutting it anymore. Even worse, and generally disturbing, AI is being used to churn out horrific, realistic exploitation material, complicating law enforcement's efforts to track down these creeps. Now, Europol even arrested 25 people in February this year for distributing AI-generated images, marking the first crackdown of this twisted application of tech. Yeah, future's interesting. And because the world isn't messy enough, organized crime is apparently cozying up with state actors like Russia and China. Just wonderful. Now we have AI-enhanced geopolitical sabotage to worry about. What's next? ChatGPT running for political office? Oh god. Europol's director called it a digital arms race, meaning we're stuck in an endless tech game of cat and mouse. Lawmakers are scratching their heads, privacy advocates are panicking, and cybersecurity pros are probably updating their resume. So yeah, looks like AI finally hit the prime time. Too bad it's in a true crime drama that nobody asked for. Now some less impactful news stories. XAI has teamed up with Microsoft, Nvidia, BlackRock, and Abu Dhabi's MGX to drop a casual $30 billion on building massive AI data centers and energy projects across the United States. Their first mega center lands in Texas in 2026, so next year, packing 400,000 Nvidia chips. Elon Musk claims this little project called AI Infrastructure Partnership, AIP, is going to tackle the energy and computational needs of AI. So that's sorely missing right now, I'm sure we can all agree. And in other tech news, Musk's favorite company, OpenAI, has just dropped some shiny new audio models because apparently talking to our tech wasn't already creepy enough. Their new text-to-speech models that are pretty good. They allow you to set the vibe of a voice, be it a pirate, calm, gentle voice, or fast-talking auctioneer. It comes with a range of voices as well to choose from, and free to try right now. They also released the opposite option, so speech-to-text, which is better than their Whisper model released years back. Progress, am I right? They've applied a naming convention of GPT-4o Transcribe and GPT-4o Mini TTS, rolled right off the tongue. It promises better accuracy and understanding your voice, even if you've got an accent or you're yelling commands at a vacuum cleaner. They also unleashed their fancy and most powerful model O1 Pro, priced like it's made of solid gold, $150 for 1 million tokens in and $600 for out. It's supposed to crush complex tasks like Plague Snake, but at that cost, I'm hoping it'll do a lot more. Meanwhile, the Chinese company Baidu is casually calling its only 4.5 model, great name, and saying it outperforms 4.5 for literally 1% of the cost, which either means Baidu's AI is crazy good or someone's really creative with benchmarks. Either way, Only is now available for everyone to try out, assuming you know how to read Chinese. And speaking of new AI releases, Anthropic's AI assistant, Claude, basically ChatGPT's younger cousin, finally gets web search, enabling the AI to find and pull and hopefully up-to-date and accurate information from online sources. So now, instead of giving you confidently wrong answers from 2023, Claude can give you confidently wrong answers from right today. Jokes aside, it'll be good to see how good the search capability is compared to ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini, who are all strong contenders in this area. And finally, Meta is launching their AI assistant in Europe, after regulators spent months making sure that Zuck wouldn't creepily hoard all user data yet again. So now Europeans can chat with Meta AI on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Messenger. Expect groundbreaking innovation like helping you plan a trip and getting an answer to that question of yours of why no one loves you. But hey, at least they're promising not to spy on us unless, they change their minds later on. That's it for today. Leave a comment down below if you think AI nurses should be a thing of the past. Until next week, I'll see you soon.